Barca! Barca! Barca!
Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca, the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest as usual. Starting with Sergio Roberto, it has been reported that Barcelona have offered a one-year renewal with huge salary reduction to the third captain. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Then secondly, talking about this report claiming that manager Xavi wants Barcelona to sign this Espanyol defender by name Adria Pedrosa this summer. We are also going to be discussing on that as well. So guys, as we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Give the video a like and make sure to watch the video right up to the very end.
Barca! Barca! Barca!
According to Mundo Deportivo, Barcelona held a meeting with a representative of Sergio Roberto earlier yesterday to discuss his contract. The 30-year-old third captain for Barcelona is in the final phase of his current contract, which stands to expire on June 30th. Talks over a new deal had been held at the onset of the season, but they took a backseat after the versatile midfielder picked up an injury. However, talks have resumed of late, although an agreement is still some way from being reached. Barca held talks with Roberto's agent Josep Maria Orembic last week and had scheduled another meeting for Tuesday. However, it was postponed for Wednesday due to President Joan Laporta's press conference explaining the Frankfurt tickets fiasco, and the report states that the meeting has now taken place, with Barcelona tabling a contract offer for the La Masia graduate. Indeed, club sporting director Matteo Alemany met with Roberto's representatives, Orembic and Oscar Tena as well, at the Ciutat Deportiva de Barça to discuss the contract. Contrary to earlier reports of a 2-year deal being offered, it is now being claimed that Barca have proposed a 1-year contract to Roberto with an option of an additional 12 months depending on performances. But the offer comes with a massive wage reduction for the utility man, which could be a deal breaker for the player as he has other more lucrative proposals from elsewhere. Manager Xavi Hernandez is keen on extending Roberto's contract as he believes that the Spaniard offers value with his versatile nature and experience as well. The player himself prefers to continue at the Camp Nou, but not at a massive reduced wage. Despite the situation, discussions will continue in the coming weeks as both parties try to work out an arrangement. From the look of things, it's still going to take a long time, for both parties to come to a compromise when it comes to Roberto's contract, because Barcelona, as I said earlier, they don't even have no intention whatsoever to change their terms, because the report is still claiming how the offer includes a massive wage reduction. And we all know in the past, Roberto have been so hesitant, so reluctant to go for Barca's offer just because of wage reduction. The player sees it as too massive, because earlier they were talking about 75% cut. It's incredible. And of course, the player, it is very, very certain that he will not even accept that. And that makes the deal, or let me say the negotiations, even prolonged the more. And that might just be the last, who knows, the last negotiation between the parties, because from the look of things, Roberto can't accept that. Barca as well, they don't want to change, or they don't want to bring in something better for Roberto, and that is even a more reason for Roberto to leave. Very, very easy to leave this summer. And of course, I also see this as Barca indirectly telling Roberto that if he leaves, they don't care, because if they are coming with the same terms over and over, massive wage reduction to the player, it's indirectly telling him that if he leaves, it's fine. Yesterday the meeting took place, and it seemed as though many more meetings will come again, because the agent of Roberto just can't accept such a proposal from FC Barcelona. And Barcelona, by the way, have other renewals to take care of. I've been talking about Arago, Pablo Gavi, and most especially Ousmane Dembele and Barcelona. From the look of things, among all the renewals, Barca prioritized those other three as compared to Roberto's renewal. It's very, very clear from the way they are doing the negotiations. So it remains to be seen how things end out between Roberto's agent and Barcelona. But honestly speaking, from the look of things are not moving towards the right direction for Roberto. His future at Barcelona continues to be in serious doubt, because there's no way he can accept such a proposal from Barcelona, and Barcelona on their part can't even, they can't up their offer for Roberto because they clearly make it to them that they don't cherish keeping him at the Camp Nou anymore. Then on to the next story of discussion. Barcelona want to sign a new left back in the summer. The club are desperate to add a competitor for Jordi Alba, a younger player preferably that can deputize for the experienced defender in the years to come. Barcelona have studied several options throughout this year, with the club reportedly looking at a player who is willing to play second fiddle to Alba in the coming years and hails from the Spanish top flight. Javi Galán has been considered by many as the favorite option for Xavi, but according to a report from El Desmarque, the Barcelona manager has set his sights on Andre Pedrosa. The 23-year-old is an interesting option as he plies his trade with Barcelona's local rivals Espanyol. He had been a part of the Catalan side since the early stages of his career and has lately become a first-team regular for the club. With over 110 competitive appearances for Espanyol, Pedrosa has impressed the onlookers with his technical prowess and the ability to offer the attacking support going forward. The left back has already been involved in 20 goals for the club, which is indicative of his productivity. Such qualities have compelled Barcelona coach Xavi Hernandez to ask the club to raid their arch rivals in the summer. Pedrosa is yet to extend his current contract, which expires at the end of next season. Although the player does have a hefty €30 million release clause, Espanyol could be to cash in on the defender on a cut price if he continues to stall on a potential renewal. It could open up the opportunity for Barcelona to launch a swoop for Pedrosa, who at just 23 could prove to be an ideal long-term replacement for Jordi Alba in the years to come. Whether he chooses to join the derby rivals though remains to be seen. We have been talking a lot about Barca looking for a new left back, and this guy from Espanyol is just a new name, and reports are claiming that Xavi, he wants the club to go for him. And of course, looking at his age, 23, he's still very young and have a lot to play for. So we've been talking about players like Jose Gaya, Javi Galán, Alejandro Grimaldo, but nothing has been said on that again. But Barca continue to keep their options open, with Andre Pedrosa of Espanyol, the new name in that mix. So it's going to be interesting to see if Xavi chooses him or go for Javi Galán. We've been hearing about Xavi also interested in Javi Galán in that left back slot. So callers, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.